renting. Over 11 million of us do it. But for some, getting the keys opens the door to a nightmare.
I know you're my landlord. Don't come back to my property.
I'm appealing to the police for help.
Landlords, 2 million and counting. Yet for a few, the buy-to-let dream leads to financial ruin.
We can't afford to pay 2 mortgages.
I don't understand.
Yes, you do understand. You're supposed to vacate the property yesterday.
In this series, we follow the experts whose job it is to evict nightmare tenants.
You name it, scam-wise, we've seen it.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I think that could be our tenant.
And the heroes who take slum landlords down.
You can't cut their electrics and urinate on their furniture.
Provide habitable properties for other human beings. Jesus.
Get off.
No, don't be happening.
In our crowded cities, there's a huge shortage of affordable rental properties. For those on a tight budget, there's often very little choice. Some landlords are cashing in by squeezing lots of tenants into ropey, run-down HMOs, houses of multiple occupation. It's a busy day for Ben Reeve-Lewis and Lewisham Council's rogue landlord team.
We're going to a property now that it came our way via the Safer Neighbourhoods team. They put a dispersal order on a bunch of guys street drinking, walked them back, and when they got into the property above this shop, they just found loads of blokes living in loads of small rooms. So it's looking like it's an unlicensed house in multiple occupation.
Along with the police, the team are preparing to raid an HMO.
Right, Rich, you ready for it? Right, we might as well go then. You can bottle that up on the 20. Just about to go in.
Reports suggest the property is illegally jam-packed with mostly Eastern European tenants.
Hello, police.
Chamberlain O'Carcy from Environmental Services is tasked with checking the flat's condition.
How many people live here? So we've got another one there, another one there. Hello? How many of you in here?
Me and husband.
You and your husband?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Where are you from?
Romania.
Okay. Hello, police.
How many bedrooms you got there?
We've got 3 here. So we've got 3 guys in this one.
Every room live 3 people.
It seems like 17 people. Over 2 floors, quite a few.
Seriously overcrowded. Can you show me your room?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
For a large HMO, defined as a property of 3 or more floors rented out to 5 or more people who aren't from the same family, the landlord needs to apply for a licence.
Chamberlain will need to see this. This is definitely licensable.
But this property appears to be illegally overcrowded with 17 tenants crammed into 6 bedrooms.
All right. That's the way.
But Chamberlain is more concerned about fire hazards.
All the electrics everywhere. There's everything in this place is wrong.
Hello. There you go. Who lives in a house like this? Nice. It's not a des res, is it?
Blocks fire escape as well.
Yeah, look, I mean, the windows, there's no fire escape. The windows have got bars on them. So if this kitchen catches fire, they can't get out. They're all burnt to death.
A death trap, I suppose.
Every place is a death trap.
Well, these are all a bit slippery, aren't they?
The garden also poses a risk to tenants' health.
That's all right. It's slippery stairs, aren't they?
This is a harborage for mice and rats and all that. The drain is all blocked up. You know, this is one of the worst I've seen.
It's a shit pit down there, but there's no one living in it, unless they're really untidy.
Ben is keen to find out what the landlord is charging.
How much are you paying?
$450.
$450 a month?
Yes.
For you and your brother?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so
3 people here.
3 people, $450 a room.
Yes.
Who's the landlord here? Who do you pay it to?
Danny. He has a shop down.
Who's the guy who's got the shop underneath?
Yeah.
The fabric shop?
Pound shop.
Pound shop. Oh, it's on that side.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 6 rooms. He's getting $450 each per month. Yeah, nearly $3,000 a month. He's getting.
According to the tenants, the landlord, Danny, whose real name is Samir, runs the pound shop below. Ben needs to ask him some difficult questions.
You've got 17 people in there, we gather.
17.
17 in total.
In my book, I have 2 tenants.
But the people we've been talking to upstairs, they're saying they've been here 2 and 3 years. I find it a bit difficult to believe you didn't know that there was all these other people up there as well.
I know about that. There's some room because they couldn't afford the rent.
Okay, I got you.
But they didn't tell me how many people.
Right, so they told you they were going to let some rooms out?
Yeah, because
right.
they told me that. I didn't say anything because I wasn't around myself.
Yeah, sure.
And now I come back in the past about couple of weeks I'm around here and I see a lot of activity up there.
Yeah.
And I don't get a chance to go up and check.
Yeah.
Landlord Samir claims he's been away for a year having an operation on his leg. In his absence, he says the house has fallen into disrepair and has been filled with people without his knowledge.
He said that, as far as he was aware, there was only 2 flats up there, and that was the initial story. And then he said that they approached him a while ago about letting out some of the other rooms, and he said, yeah, go ahead. And he went away and he came back last week, and there were 17 people in it, much to my surprise.
Then, you know, okay.
Chamberlain considers the building unfit for human
I'll
habitation.
give you a call sometime. Nobody should be living there. Everything is wrong with the property. The wiring, the everything, you know.
Okay, I didn't know that.
The kitchen is a mess.
No, in matter of fact, I put brand new kitchen, brand new bathroom.
Where?
About
1970.
About a year ago, not more than a year.
And also it's licensable, you know that.
That's a
I'm not
Because prohibiting the building from use is a last resort, Chamberlain offers Samir an opportunity to reduce the number of tenants in the building and to carry out renovations.
And we need to sit down, me and you need to go
Right, so I think EDF.
everything. And I'm going to tell you exactly what is wrong.
Okay.
You need to be prepared to spend some money here if you know.
Although this is not my property, but because I have the lease, I'm entitled to do that, yeah. So I have to
You
do
got the
that.
lease, yeah.
Chamberlain isn't convinced the landlord will really do the work. But for the moment, he's giving Samir the benefit of the doubt. For a rookie landlord, choosing the right tenants is one of the trickiest challenges. Get it wrong, and you risk losing your property and your peace of mind. Four years ago, father of 3 Steve Bull bought a 3-bedroomed buy-to-let property in Sittingbourne, Kent, as an investment for his young family.
The whole purpose of it was, later on, when the children are older, there you go.
When a single mum with 2 kids applied to move in, he thought he'd found the perfect tenant.
I liked the fact that the children were there, she felt right for the actual area, great area for a family, and that's what probably attracted me to her, rather than any of the other people that came to see it.
But as Stephen discovered, people aren't always what they seem, and she soon moved her partner in. Despite the fact both were working, from the very first month the rent was late. Then she stopped paying altogether.
The impact financially is massive, you know, to try and pay an extra mortgage with the income not coming in to pay that is absolutely massive. You know, there has been payments that have been missed.
Now she's 5 months in arrears and owes Steve over £4,000.
I don't think there's words strong enough to say how I feel, to be fair, 'cause I think it's absolutely disgraceful that someone thinks it's all right to live in someone else's property for free. It's wrong.
In desperation, Stephen has asked eviction specialist Landlord Action to get her out.
So you can just delete all of paragraph 12, it's not necessary.
They've already started the legal process. Today, Stephen's going to court to finally try and get his tenant evicted. He's being represented by Julie Herbert from Landlord Action.
We want it to be 5 minutes, we want them to be in and out with their possession order, with their good results. But a lot of tenants They know the system, they know the loopholes, and they do just turn up on the day armed with their defence. Sometimes that can in itself cause an adjournment.
Feeling quite apprehensive about what could happen this morning. You hear so many of these stories that, for whatever reason, goes in the favour of the tenant, and I don't want to be one of them. All I want, as I say, is that property coming back to me.
His tenant has made it clear she won't be going quietly.
The chances of Melissa turning up, to be fair, those messages that she sent, she put, "see you in court." So that sort of tells me that she thinks she's got some sort of chance of staying in that house regardless of not paying any rent.
Hi,
yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm right, yeah?
Good, yeah, good. Thank you very much. How's your journey going? There is a worst case scenario. What we don't know is whether the tenant's going to be here, whether she's going to turn up with a last-minute defence. The problem that we have is that it's a 10-minute hearing. So if she turns up and she says, "I haven't paid my rent because the roof leaks," the judge is going to ask us all to come back another day.
Right.
That's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So we don't want that to happen.
Luckily for Stephen, his tenant doesn't show up, and the hearing is over in minutes.
Can't say that on camera. No, absolutely brilliant. You know, it's good news. In fact, just getting the house back is a starting point, and obviously we will go to get what's owed to us back.
He's won a possession order, meaning that if his tenant doesn't move out in 14 days, he can send in the bailiffs. A week after raiding a slum house of multiple occupancy in Lewisham, Chamberlain from Environmental Services is paying the landlord a visit.
We're gonna tell you what you have to do, what you don't have to do.
Chamberlain needs to decide whether to serve a prohibition notice, making 17 people homeless, or an improvement order, meaning Samir the landlord can continue renting out the property if he brings it up to standard. He's invited the fire service to check the building's fire safety.
Basically, we're gonna tell you what to do anyway. We've seen some improvement, but I mean, there's still a lot of work to do. So you're painting the place, is that it?
Yes.
But making the property safe involves more than a lick of paint.
The sash cord look broken.
There are windows that don't work.
If you push this up now and leave it, bam. This is not a fire door at all.
Overloaded electrical systems.
I don't encourage all this.
Damp and structural problems.
See, there's a hole there. Got a broken glass here.
And a fire hazard, a cooker in the hall.
So is this going back to the kitchen?
We're gonna get a new one.
Okay. There are a few things you can do yourself, but there are things that we need to advise you what to do. You need to have a handrail here.
We don't have old people.
No.
I need to put a plug in here.
Right.
That's it.
You need to get a qualified electrician. Don't do it yourself.
I will save a lot of money.
I don't want you going. And the shower I have to do as well.
It's a daunting list of expensive improvements.
We're gonna change these tires or what?
Oh no, I don't change that. No chance.
But Samir appears to be taking it on the chin.
I already bought tires.
Okay, you already bought that. I'm beginning to like you.
You
know what I'm saying? I'm beginning to like you. I don't know what you want to do about the back of your property, the garden.
The garden, I haven't finished the work I have.
You know you're gonna need a skipping or something.
No, these are all my things I need. Nothing rubbish.
You have a sense of humor, you know?
You have to. You live in the world with people.
Yeah.
There's a mountain to climb, but the fact Samir's made a start gives Chamberlain cause for optimism.
Right. There have been a lot of improvement. I'm quite impressed, you mean taking the initiatives to start doing the work. Because to be honest with you, a lot of people wouldn't do that,
It is a big wake up, and it's some things I can learn from it.
Maybe he's such an honest guy. Maybe he just let problems get on top of him, But the way I look at it, he was still coming up here collecting the money. Do you see what I'm saying? So...
Despite the good start, Samir's under pressure. He has several weeks to bring the property up to scratch or see Chamberlain declare it unfit for human habitation, meaning there'll be no more rent. Samir isn't the only landlord feeling the heat from Lewisham's rogue landlord unit.
I've always had a problem with the term rogue landlord because I don't think it kind of does it justice, really.
At any one time, they're investigating hundreds of properties owned by dozens of private landlords in the borough.
We had 36 people up there, didn't we, living in the loft space and everything.
With demand high and expectations low, landlords are making use of every available space.
It's the penthouse, so...
Yeah, penthouse. A Deptford penthouse, yeah.
As London's housing crisis has worsened, their caseload has gone off the chart.
I'm surprised no enterprising letting agent hasn't rented that place out there. There's probably 50 families living in there, we just don't know.
Tambitorai Uthayakanthan, otherwise known as Mr. Khan, is a landlord well known to Lewisham's rogue landlord unit.
Came across him years ago and he's got properties all over the place. There's that one up there, it's got a broken window. Everyone that we've gone into so far has been overcrowded, they've been unlicensed houses of marked occupation, we're just rammed to the gunnels with people.
Micaiah Angus, an environmental health officer, is currently investigating Mr. Khan.
Yeah, it's my favourite person in the whole entire world.
She has warrants to enter 2 of his properties.
Don't you think, wicked? All right, might as well go down.
We're about to go out on several of his properties. We've still got outstanding warrants and we've got to serve the prohibition notices on them.
Ben?
A prohibition notice means the council deem a property unfit for human habitation.
This one?
Yeah, this one.
Despite being asked to improve the 2 properties, so far Mr. Khan has failed to respond to any of the council's demands.
He's fully aware. His solicitor's been told. He's been told by myself in writing on more than one occasion, on more than one property, and he just will not engage.
Mr. Khan has a reputation for having a short fuse, so the police are riding shotgun on the visit, just in case.
He's there, but with the police with us, I'm not under any worry about it. Just push the police forward and run.
We're walking down there now. These are the warrants. These are the copies that can stay on site.
Some tenants are home and have let the team into the building.
So we're going to go in and have a look?
Yeah, let's go and have a look. Hello, is anybody up here?
Micaiah's first job is to hand out notices of prohibition.
Environmental health. Looked. There's missing handles. There's no protected route out. No fire detection.
Oh, no one could get out at all.
Is that the bathroom? Is it that what stinks? We've got somebody existing on this landing.
The guy's got someone living in here on a double bed. You can see the space isn't even big enough for his mattress to go out. He has to have it up like that. But we'll have a look in the basement. There's loads more people living down here as well.
Smells rather high in here. Think of open sewers. Open sewers. Backed up. It's not friendly, but it's not safe. And if you're taller than me, and I'm only 5'3", don't bother trying to use this. All right, can I get out now, please? Oh. Oh, there's a smell of gas, Ben. It stinks. And you know what? It's got cockroaches.
Oh, yeah, it has, yeah.
There's cockroaches, egg cases. All right, now to post this up and get out.
Micaiah puts up the prohibition notices, announcing the building will be prohibited from use in 28 days' time, and the tenants will need to find new homes.
I can't offer any other. You've got to go to the Housing Option Centre, yeah? Okay, it's not you. You're paying good money in faith to somebody, and they're not looking after your health and well-being. If a fire was to break out, you're you're not getting out of here alive. Okay? All right.
So far, there's no sign of the elusive Mr. Khan.
Come on, let's do the next one.
The rogue landlord unit move on to the building next door, where he is also the landlord. There's no response, so armed with a warrant, they break in.
Hello, it's environmental health.
Micaiah speaks to the first tenant she meets.
What's your name, please? What room do you live in?
Upstairs.
That side.
Here you are.
That's where there's 3 to the room, Rick.
4.
That one 4, was it?
Mm-hmm. That's for your room.
This is the second of Mr. Khan's properties which is being prohibited from use. And Micaiah wants to hand out the 28-day notices to each tenant.
Hello? I just need to speak to you all, please. I've come to make an order today. There's a copy of the warrants to tell you why I've come in today.
Okay.
So there's copies for you. 2 people in there. Anyone in here?
It looks like there are 9 tenants squeezed into 3 dilapidated rooms.
All right. You're paying the landlord £1,000 every month to live here, and the least he could do is make sure that this place is safe for you to occupy. Yeah?
Leaving vulnerable tenants without a roof over their heads is the last thing the team want to do.
He's given us no alternative. 3 visits in less than a year. We find exactly the same, nothing's changed. You just order him to do it and he doesn't do it. So how many more get out of jail free cards do you want, frankly? And it's not like this is just 1 or 2 of his properties, just 1 or 2 we've been to.
If the landlord's basically just saying, I'm not working with you, forget anything you have to say, I don't want to deal with you, what option have I got?
Both properties have been served prohibition orders, with a total of 26 tenants having a month to find alternative accommodation.
Ben, check your shoes again.
Nothing.
Good. We don't want any cockroach cases in my car.
No, we don't, dear. Yeah.
We don't want them in the building.
Yes, dear.
And we don't want to take them home.
No, we don't, dear. Yeah.
Good.
In the UK, there are more than 4 million people who are living below the poverty line who rent from private landlords. It's the job of the council housing teams up and down the country to investigate unscrupulous landlords who rent out squalid houses to these vulnerable tenants. Ben Reeve-Lewis and Micaiah Angus from Lewisham Council are acting on a tip-off from their planning department. They believe there's an entire family living in a house with no services.
I wouldn't want to live in it.
Don't worry, I'm environmental health officer, so I'll now come and have a look, yeah?
Currently living in the property is Lola O'Ganler. She works as a cleaner and has 2 jobs to make ends meet. She has been living in the property with her 2 grown-up sons and 11-year-old daughter since 2008.
I'm not happy living in this condition.
No, you wouldn't be, no, absolutely.
According to Lola, the landlord told her to leave because he wanted to carry out renovations.
So after paying the October rent, he said, I have to move. I said, why didn't you tell me, no, I've got kids here, that it's not easy for me to go. He said, I just have to go. I tried to get a place to live, but the price they are giving me, they said they don't want to give me a place, that I have to rent 3-bed flat. I said, I can't afford it. It's too much for me. This is the kitchen. It used to be the kitchen.
When she refused to move out, the landlord started the building work regardless.
Just knock down everything.
And this was in
October, this October,
and it's now
just
May.
knocked down everything.
For the last 7 months, Lola has had no kitchen.
Yeah.
This is where I do my cooking.
It's so dangerous. The most common fire is cooking fires, and if you have a fire here at the top of the stairs, you won't be able to get out.
My 2 sons sleeps there.
Not only is there no kitchen, there is no running water, and they have been without heating through the winter.
You can see, normally I used to wash it, the heater is not working, but when I see that the wall is spilling, I stopped. This is my room. I'm sorry to... This is where I sleep with my daughter. She's now 11. You can see where I put my microwave. You can see the wall. You can see everything. You know, sometimes you get tired of things. See the ceiling. Everything is dark, dark, dark. What can I do? It's so stressful for me. Cooking there, bending down every day. We have to boil 2 kettles to take our bath.
Although the power sockets still work, the house has no lighting.
In the night when we switch on the TV, you know, the reflection will brighten the room. That's how we've been managing. I have to buy candle. What can I do? In the night or in the midnight when my daughter wants to go to toilet, I have to light the candle for her. That's the bad.
Lola's 11-year-old daughter is very unhappy with where they live.
Sorry. She always complains. No living room, that she's staying on the bed, that the house is not clean. What can I do?
There's bare mains wires sticking out here. I'm not going to touch it, there's no way.
The house is clearly unfit for human habitation.
There's no kitchen, no bathroom, no nothing. And I'm going to prohibit it. Emergency.
Micaiah is issuing an emergency prohibition order, which means the council have to act immediately, giving no notice to the landlords or tenants. So Lola and her family will have to move out straight away.
It's really dangerous, the whole thing. If something bad happens, catch fire, people get killed. Something they're thinking about.
You and your family can't stay in this. Yeah? I don't like it. This is 2015. No one is supposed to be living like this.
If I should move out of this house, I'll render myself homeless. I know it's not safe for me, but what can I do? I've got no place to go. I've not got anywhere to live. That's why I'm still here.
Because there's a child involved, the council is duty-bound to rehouse the family.
I don't know which is worse, looking for somewhere else to live or living in a place that is in danger of burning down around you.
But they'll have to move fast, as this property is a potential death trap. It's been 7 months since amateur landlord Steve Bull last received rent from his tenant. He's now owed over £6,000 in unpaid rent and hundreds more in legal fees.
I'm not sure we can call her a tenant, I call her more a squatter. Yeah, tenant pays rent.
6 weeks ago, a judge awarded Steve possession. Today's the day she's due to be evicted.
The only thing I've heard since the court hearing was a text message that I received which said no chance, won't be leaving then. Basically, she thinks she's better than the court system. She thinks she can ignore it, which is just disgraceful.
At even more expense, Steve has had to pay for bailiffs to evict his tenant after failing to leave by the date set out by the court.
Hello, mate. How you doing? Yeah. There you go. Don't look like there's anyone here, does it?
But it looks like the tenant has already left.
A little bit gutted she's not here because I'd like to see her walk out, obviously, and the grief she go through. That's nice. But every single bit needs painting, doesn't it? If you were to open a bottle of Pepsi after it had been shaken up, it goes everywhere. That looks like what's happened up every single wall in the house. It's just absolutely filthy. That hasn't just happened there, has it? You actually live in like that. My tank's gone missing out the airing cupboard as well. Idiots. There was an alarm system that was put in, which has gone missing out the porch. Is that full? Full of crap. I don't laugh. That's their possessions, isn't it? Am I all right to bin that?
You need to speak to the solicitor.
Yeah. All right.
To rub salt into the wound, Stephen's legally obliged to store the tenant's possessions until she collects them.
How's it I have to pay to get all her rubbish dumped? Stuff left everywhere. The shed's full to the brim of rubbish. There's a settee in the living room, there's beds upstairs, there's cot upstairs, all sorts of stuff upstairs that I've now got to pay to get rid of. It's an absolute dump. Cheers. Cheers. Take it easy. They get away without paying rent for God knows how long. It goes to court. They don't bother turning up at court. Then goes to bailiffs, which I have to pay for. They're then gone, and then I'm still clearing up their mess after them. I don't get how that works. Why my life should be impacted by them. And they basically get away scot-free. Beautiful. I'll get her stuff and I'm going to take it down and dump it outside her mother's house.
To make sure the tenant can't get back in, he changes the locks. Stephen plans to clean the place up and redecorate, but his days of being a buy-to-let landlord are over.
The property will go straight up for sale. There's no way I'm renting out to anyone again. I just don't want the hassle. I'd rather just sell the property and move on.
In Lewisham, the council's rogue landlord team are inspecting another slum property belonging to the landlord they've been investigating for over a year, Mr. Uthayakanthan, or Mr. Khan as he's known. The flat above a restaurant has already been declared unfit for human habitation.
Definitely occupied.
The team have already placed a prohibition order on the building.
This whole thing has been shut down. There shouldn't be anyone living in it at all. Oh, it's a lot of damp in here, isn't it? Smell the damp.
Because of the squalid living conditions and safety hazards, the building was prohibited from use.
Still not attached to the wall.
But it appears that no renovations have been carried out.
There's a strong smell of gas in this room for a start, which I noticed. The gas boiler is in the room with no ventilation. No, there's no window in here. This is why we closed it. There's someone living in here. When they say that there's been no one in here since we closed it down, but that loaf of bread is only 2 weeks old.
If the people living here are tenants of Mr. Khan's and paying rent, that's a serious breach of the prohibition order.
And the key piece of evidence that you have to bear in mind, 2 fresh potatoes haven't gone to seed yet. What sort of skullduggery is going on here? Right, we're done.
Although the team have been investigating several of his houses of multiple occupancy, they've never actually met Mr. Khan.
Don't upset me.
But by chance, outside the property, they come across someone who might just be the elusive landlord, Mr. Khan.
And there's nobody living there. Are you the owner then? I'm managing the property.
Right.
It's a chance to ask him some questions.
You send the letter.
Who are you? I don't know who you are.
The letter you're sending me, I'm Udaya Khan. Okay?
You're who?
You're from Miller Development.
Mikhail wants to try and establish if this is Mr. Uthayakanthan, or Mr. Khan as he's known.
Okay.
So what's your name?
Do you have a problem with me? You want to call the police? I say to you, Udaya Khan then. I say, Udaya Khan then. You understand? What is your problem?
Sir, we're just asking you your name.
I said you my name, idiot. I told you.
All right then, fine. Let me go to the office and I'm sending you straight over to...
Yeah, go. Open the door.
Sir.
No, listen. Open the door. She got problem with me.
Sir, she's gone.
No, come back. You African don't know the law. I know the law.
Mr. Khan, come.
You.
Whoa.
Of course.
Calm down.
Listen, don't come back to my property.
Whoa.
Go back to Africa.
Mick, walk away. Richard, get away.
You.
Yeah, look.
Go back to Africa and learn law.
Okay, look.
Listen.
The abusive language has caught the attention of a passerby.
Why do you say go back to Africa?
Listen, I'm not talking to you, my friend. Listen, the way she's talking to me.
I'm talking to you.
Listen, I'm talking
to you.
No, I'm talking
Don't
to
say that.
Listen,
you hear that?
Listen, the
Did
problem.
you hear?
Listen, what is your problem?
What? Do you want that?
I'm not talking to you.
If you say that again,
Mick, stay there.
use your boots. Do you hear what I said?
Because the way she's abusing me.
I know business. You say that again. I heard what you said.
Yeah, sir. Because the way she's abusing me.
What? Do you want me to punch up in your car? I heard what you said.
Yeah.
If you say that again, then you'll find out. You'll find out.
Seriously.
All right.
Listen.
Right, look.
Always coming here, make it.
Let's calm down. Calm down.
No, listen.
She asked you your name.
No, listen.
She asked you your name.
No,
that was
she
it.
know my name. I told her. She keep asking me my name. What is the problem? Tell her don't come back to my property.
Okay. Another day, another dollar, another argument.
The police have been called to the scene and are taking witness statements. The man did turn out to be the landlord, Mr. Khan, responsible for the slum properties under investigation. He was cautioned by the police for racial abuse and threatening violence.
Telling me to go back to Africa. Good job. You've been better off telling me to go back to Islington, that's where I'm from.
Mr. Khan is now very much on the team's radar.
Because of his level of non-compliance, he's made it onto our rogue landlord list, and he is in our top 10.
Having failed to make improvements to the 3 properties that have been prohibited from use, and with his tenants just weeks away from becoming homeless, Lewisham's rogue landlord unit are looking to prosecute Mr. Khan. In response to the allegations, Mr. Khan claims that on many occasions it's the tenants who are unlawfully subletting the properties he manages, and often they don't report disrepair to him. He claims that there were no tenants at the Spice Grove property. They were in fact squatters. He is not racist, but was under considerable personal stress at the time. He does not claim to be an ideal property manager, but is taking steps to improve, and he has since handed over management of many of the properties to someone else. In South London, Environmental Health Officer Chamberlain O'Carcy is meeting landlord Samir.
How are you, my friend? How are you? You okay?
When Samir's HMO was raided 6 weeks earlier, the team found a string of health and safety breaches, and they threatened to prohibit him from renting it out. But Samir won a stay of execution when he promised major renovations.
Yeah, shall we go up and just see what miracle you've done? I know you've done a lot of miracle.
Today, Chamberlain is checking whether he's been true to his word.
Handrail, everything is intact, solid. This is a shower, I remember, that was basically black in color, but it's a new one now. New toilet, the windows are opening. Yeah. The sanctuary is there now. I'm happy with this one.
In just over a month, Samir has replaced the bathrooms and the kitchens and claims he's spent close to £20,000 on doing up the property.
It looks like a kitchen where people can eat.
He's also put right the fire and electrical hazards.
I'm actually quite happy for the job you've done so far. Can't argue with that. You know, you've already taken a lot on board.
And it's no longer illegally overcrowded. The property is now 2 3-bedroom flats, 1 on each floor, housing 2 families.
And I suppose the people living here are happy now, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they
they're happy.
Be.
Yeah,
They should be.
Yeah, they're happy now. So it's win-win all around.
Back at the office, Chamberlain shares this rare bit of good news.
Sweet little landlord that is really responsive and effecting the action straight away. I thought it would make you smile.
Yeah, no, it would. Yeah,
I'll bring you the
satisfied customer.
My news, yeah. So
we should have him
quite
stuffed.
Happy. So quite happy.
The result.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Cheers for that. See you later.
So, yeah.
Council visits property, tells landlords to do work. Landlord does work. Actually, it's doing my head in. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I don't know what to do now.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
For local councils, working with a landlord to improve rental properties is always the preferred option. But in the case of Lola and her family, the property was so appalling they had little choice but to close it down with immediate effect.
Prohibition orders down on the property. She should be moved today. Right now they should provide temporary accommodation right now.
Yeah, no, of course.
The housing team has to act quickly to find accommodation for the family.
Yeah, I know she's not earning a huge amount of money. The rent was very cheap on that place, obviously if you're living on the building site.
Finding somewhere affordable for a family of 4 is challenging.
Remind me, it's a woman on her own?
A woman and a 12-year-old and 2 sort of grown-up student sons, well, grown-up 20. That's the fact, they're living in 2 rooms.
send it over to you.
The whole family, the kid and the two.
Time is running out for the team to house the family.
Poor Lola is a ball in a pinball machine at the moment, unless we can sort this out.
The best Ben and the team can do is find them temporary accommodation.
We've got to bite the bullet. Even if it's 6 months, we're going to have to put her in a hostel.
The temporary housing team have called Lola in.
Hi, hello, how are you?
They have some news.
We've managed to secure a hostel space for you, okay? It's a 4-bed hostel unit, and this is the weekly price.
Okay.
Your accommodation is going to start from today, okay? So I'm going to give you the keys for it today. So you need to remove the stuff that you have in your previous property.
All my stuff.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, so you'll need to get it out of that property by 11 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Okay. And then that's it. You can be on your way.
Oh my God. I'm so happy. I never expected it. I'm so grateful. God bless you.
Congratulations.
Well, thanks so much.
All right. No problem. You take care.
It's fine. Yes.
Lola gets home to break the good news to her children.
Well, 4 beds. I've got the key. We have to leave this place by 11 tomorrow. So we need to start packing things. He's so happy. Calling his brother. He's happy.
Most would find packing up possessions accumulated over 7 years a daunting task.
I don't know where to start from.
But Lola's over the moon.
I'm not taking bed. Put them in the back. Just move out. Get out of the building. Oh, I'm happy now.
Her daughter Oyen is being picked up from school by Lola's eldest son.
I have the key. Oh my God, I'm so happy. We are moving now. We've got a place now. Forest today. You have to move out final tomorrow.
Is it temporary?
Yeah, she said. At least we are moving out. Oh, Hannah Hook.
That's good.
You're happy now? We're happy now. She's happy now. Tonight is our last night here. So we have to start sleeping there from tomorrow.
I feel shocked because I've lived in this house over the years, so I never really thought I was going to move. So yeah, I'm happy. I can sleep properly, yeah, and then I can be relaxed and stuff. And I don't always have to sit on the bed.
Oh my God.